Hello friends, I Pankaj Dumka welcomes you all to this class on fluid mechanics. Today I will be discussing with you about momentum conservation and Euler's equation. So, as you all know, all the laws of nature are meant for closed system. So when you have a closed system of mass m, which is moving with certain velocity v, then the momentum which this particular system will be having is given by mv vector. So the Newton's second law says that the rate of change of momentum of this material system will be the net force acting on the system. So if we differentiate this, then we will be getting m dv by dt plus v dm by dt. Now, as this is a closed system, means the identity of the particles within the system or the matter within the system will remain same, it will not change, and hence the change in mass will be zero. So the net force acting on the system will be m dv by dt. Now when we talk of forces, you can divide this in two parts, that is body force and surface force. Now as I have already discussed that the body force is that force which acts on the totality of the system throughout each and every particle, that is gravity force, electromagnetic force, and so on. And this particular force is not doesn't come in the domain of fluid mechanics. The definition of this force will be derived from that particular mechanics from where the force itself is coming. For example, gravity. Okay. Whereas when we talk of surface forces are the one which will come into play when we take some element from the fluid and try to make it stable there in the same situation in which it was lying in the bulk. So the forces to balance that one will be the surface forces acting on the surface of that particular fluid element. They can be further divided into two, that is tangential forces and normal forces. Now when tangential forces come, so what will happen if you have this particular fluid element and tangential force comes? So what will happen? Velocity gradient will come into picture, and that velocity gradient will give rise to viscosity of the fluid. So viscosity will come into play whenever you have tangential forces. And what about normal forces? Normal forces means whenever fluid bulk you are talking of and you are taking this fluid element out, so normal compressive forces, these are what basically nothing but the pressure I'm talking of, pressure forces. So when we talk of this Euler's equation, that is momentum conservation, then the Euler equation is a very special equation which relates the velocity field and the pressure field. So Euler equation is basically an equation which relates the pressure field and velocity field for an ideal fluid. For an ideal fluid, the relation between velocity and pressure field is given by what? Euler's equation. When we apply momentum conservation. So basically, Euler's equation is an equation which relates the velocity and pressure field for an ideal fluid, which is basically derived from the application of momentum conservation. Okay, so there are n number of ways in which we can derive the Euler equation. But here I will be showing you first approach, and in the next lecture I will be showing you second approach. So this approach is basically the approach of control mass system, that is closed system approach. So what I will be doing is I will be considering an infinitely small control mass, that means a chunk of mass taken up from the bulk. Okay, and this, as this is a control mass, so it can move within the flow domain. So let us say that this is the mass I am talking of. So this is that particular mass element. Okay, closed system. And let us say this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is the z-axis. So if this is dx, this length is dy, and this length is dz, then first we have to talk of forces. So let us say that x vector is the body force per unit mass. Okay. And the mass of this element at any instant, at this instant, it will be what? It will be rho times volume, that is dx, dy, dz. So the body force acting on this particular at any time will be what? This mass of the fluid element times x vector. And if this x vector can be written as in component form Ixx plus Jxy plus Kxz, then the total body force will be this mass, that is dx. And now what is dx dy dz? This is the volume of this fluid element, so let me write this as volume. So this is Ixx Jxy Kxz. Okay, now comes the surface force part. So if you look, let us say I'm watching in the x direction, then here the pressure force is P times the area, which is dy dz. Then after a distance of dx, this will be P plus del P by del x dx times dy dz. So the net surface force in the horizontal direction will be what? Will be equal to P dy dz minus P plus del P by del x dx dy dz. So this is the net surface force acting on this element, fluid element, that is fluid mass in the horizontal direction, in the x direction, plus the body force in the x direction, that is rho xx, this component, rho xx dv. So this is what the net force acting on the element, and that has to be equal to what? Mass times acceleration, which we have developed here. So in the x direction, the acceleration is substantive derivative of x component of velocity, where v vector is iu jv kw. So this is the x component of acceleration. Okay, substantive derivative of x velocity, x direction velocity, and times the mass. So mass of this fluid element is rho dv. Okay, now if you solve this, then you will be getting rho dv du by dt is equal to minus del p by del x. Now dx dy dz is dv plus rho xx dv. That is, if you divide the equation by rho dv, this is du by dt is minus 1 by rho del p by del x plus xx. So this is the component of Euler's equation in horizontal direction. Remember, Euler's equation is relating what? Velocity and pressure field. Okay, for a ideal fluid. Ideal fluid means no tangential forces are coming into picture, only normal pressure forces are there. So if you do the same exercise for the y direction, so this is P dx dz, and after a distance of dy from Taylor series expansion, it is del P by del y dy dx dz. So the net pressure force acting on the along the y direction for this on this particular fluid mass, that will be P dx dz minus P plus del P by del y dy dx dz plus the body force, which is rho xy dv. Okay, this is the one, rho xy dv, and that is equal to mass times acceleration in the y direction. That is, rho dv is the mass and acceleration in the y direction will be the substantive derivative of y component of velocity. So if you solve this and divide the equation by rho dv, you will be getting dv by dt is equal to minus 1 by rho del p by del y plus xy. So this is what? This is the y component of Euler's equation or momentum equation. Okay, likewise you can go for z direction. Very similar approach will be there. It is P dx dy. After a distance of dz, it is P plus del P by del z dz times dx dy. So give this a shape of equation, that is, this is P dx dy minus P plus del P by del z dz dx dy plus body force, that is rho xz dv in the z direction, and that will be equal to what? mass times acceleration in the z direction. That is rho dv times acceleration means substantial derivative of z component of velocity. That is dw by dt. So this will be getting cancelled, and when you divide the whole equation by rho dv, you will simply get dw by dt is equal to minus 1 by rho del p by del z plus xz. So this is the z component of Euler's equation. And when you write them collectively in vector form, what you will be writing is I du by dt plus j dv by dt plus k dw by dt is minus 1 by rho I del p by del x plus j del p by del y plus k del p by del z, and then this ixx jxy plus kxz. Now what is this? This is the substantive derivative of total velocity vector, and that is equal to minus 1 by rho. What is this? This is the gradient of pressure, and this is body force vector. So this is Euler's equation for an ideal fluid, that is relating the pressure field and the velocity field. Okay, so this is what an Euler equation is. This will help us in relating the pressure and velocity field for an ideal fluid. And remember one thing, it is immaterial that on which system you are working, whether you are working, as I have derived this for rectangular Cartesian coordinate, you can go for polar cylindrical coordinate just by using the definition of this gradient operator there. Okay, and if you want, then I can write this for you in polar coordinate, then in polar cylindrical coordinates. Component wise, I can write that dvr by dt, this is for radial direction, minus v theta by r will be minus 1 by rho del p by del r plus in r direction. In theta direction, it is dv theta by dt, then plus vr v theta by r minus 1 by rho 1 by r del p by del theta plus x theta, and in z direction this will be dvz by dt, and that will be equal to minus 1 by rho del p by del z plus xz. So these set of equations are what? They are the Euler's equation for ideal fluid in cylindrical coordinates. Okay, so in this lecture, till this point only, what I'll be doing in the next lecture is that I will be deriving the same equation but in compact form, what we call as conservative form for open system, that is control volume system. So if you liked it, then please do share, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Take care and do watch my next video. Thank you very much.